1, 2, 3, 4. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the Mudblood podcast. I'm Paddy McDonald, and this is
Sean McDonald.
Just before we start, we have to thank our sponsors for today's show, which is NordVPN. NordVPN is an easy-to-use connect with a single click or auto-connect immediately. It has over 5,400 servers in 59 countries. So, nearby servers have better connection, amazing speed, and the fastest VPN service available. It works on every major platform: Windows, Android, iOS, Macs, Linux, even works on an Android TV. So it keeps you private and secure online by hiding your IP address and routing your internet traffic to a privately owned server, making you harder to track online and prevent third parties from stealing your data. So basically, see if you want to go on, you want to be secret about what you're looking at, what you want to see, what you want to do, NordVPN is for you, okay? You can gain access to geo-block services. I don't know what that means, and I'm not going to let on like I do, but it lets you do it. And it access streaming sites not available in the UK. So, basically, if you want to go and watch Netflix, a version of Rob C. Nesbitt or something that you can't get in the UK, then you go and you watch it on that. Secure network prevents people from...
You've done well so far to read that.
Software. Willie wrote this out. So
Jesus
if I'm
Christ.
saying this like a special person, it's because William wrote it. And web browsers and gaining access to your connection. So look, NordVPN, it's a cracking service. It lets you look privately. Nobody will know what you're looking at. It also lets you open up streaming sites in other countries of things that you can't see. So say there was a TV program that's not out yet here, but it's in America. Bango. Straight on. Get it. Watch it. Do whatever. Also, if you're being hooky as fuck behind your wife's back, your girlfriend's back, and you don't want her to see what you're at, bang, NordVPN. That's the one. Maybe you're a girl and you're doing it behind your husband or your boyfriend. I'm just taking that.
Well, see, we're taking men, Patrick, so we don't need services like NordVPN. So it's more
it's like
Willies
going
of this world.
incognito on your phone. Only not, if you know what I mean. So NordVPN, and if you want to go on to www.nordvpn.com/mudblood, and you get a discount. What's happening?
But just about got through it. I didn't want to stop you because you were doing well to read his chicken scratcher.
If it was to read it the way he wrote it, it would be. But we'll not go there. So he's not here. The wee fucker is not here. He has phoned in sick. So he's not here. So Sean is filling in for him today.
Yeah. He's phoned in like he's trying to get out of plastering a house. He's our wee apprentice. Hasn't turned up. But big week anyway.
Massive week.
Massive 2 weeks just with the live pod. And
I think it's been a massive month. No,
yeah.
November's probably been out of many days is November.
30, isn't it?
I've done 32 gigs. 32 gigs. 3 TV appearances. An Ulster Hall.
A
And a
waterfront. Jesus Christ.
And I'm I'm doing 21 Soho on Saturday night in London, which, by the way, freaking out about for a couple of weeks there. Wasn't really promoting it, and bang, out of the blue, tickets nearly all gone. Literally 20 tickets left. They can get some standing in, but absolutely buzzing for that on Saturday night. Then on Sunday I'm going to Newcastle, the stand, and generally, not making a cunt out of other comedians or anything here, but we've all struggled there for selling. I've 60 odd tickets sold, so
Heard that.
I'm doing really, really well. So I'm in Newcastle, the stand on Sunday night. So really, really massive. I've 2 sold out nights in Bangor the next 2 nights.
And then
They've been sold out for weeks.
Then a sold out night in Dublin.
Sold out night on Thursday night in Dublin. So it's just walking on cloud 9. It's just absolutely flying. Thank you everybody for coming out.
And Saturday night was just the sort of pinnacle of all of that, like, wasn't it?
It was one
really
of them.
good.
Do you know what? you can sort of just be like, oh, you're that busy, you're not really noticing anything. But halfway through my set on Saturday night, now when I wrote the show, to put into perspective about this show, I had wrote enough material last year with On the Tools. So the reason why this was called On the Tools 2 was when I wrote my stuff for On the Tools 1 last year for the Ulster Hall, there was enough material for 2 to 3 shows.
Yeah.
Because it didn't use it all. So the idea was just use that stuff that it didn't use next year in the show. The night before I started this tour, I was looking at it and I just wasn't feeling it. So I wrote a new show the night before, and the first night I done it was in Newcastle on the 30th of September. And I've had 11 gigs with it, and I knew by about the 5th gig I went,
It's good.
This is where I want to be. It's what I want in a show. And when I got on stage on Saturday night, halfway through it, it's hard to describe, but you've all these lights up there, and I had like 10 lights shining in my eyes, and I couldn't really see up above. You could just really see the front 5 rows. And I had one of them moments where I went, fuck, am I on stage in the Waterfront? It hit me like a ton of bricks. It was like, I hadn't had a moment like that, but it was like, all these people are in to see you. It's not, I've played the Waterfront before. I've played the Waterfront maybe 4 times, but never for my own show.
Yeah, they were all there for you.
And I went, fuck. And I flashed back till watching Billy Connolly in it. Like, I don't know, must have been 17 years ago I seen him in it. And I went, Jesus Christ. Like, I got to see my hero on stage in here, and then I'm doing it. And it was one of them moments. So it hit me a wee bit. Also, in the middle of the show, anybody that went to see it or has seen the show will know what I'm talking about. I do a wee bit about a fella I work with on the taxis and I'm dying and stuff. And it was emotional.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So it wasn't technically... Well, it is comedy because there's a laugh about it. But at the same sense, it is a bit of a serious moment. And you bring people down, which I don't know if other comedians would try it.
You know what? I've seen, like, I went to see the likes of, you know, Russell Howard and stuff like do the SSE, and it felt like, and then obviously when like Jason Montfort and all was here and Frankie Boyle and all, there's like, it felt like a real mature set, you know what I mean? Because it, like, I remember when Russell Howard, like, I've actually went to see him twice in the SSE, and he had like one of those like heartfelt moments in the set, and I think it takes an awful lot. Like, and not saying like Russell Howard, not everybody is the biggest fan of, but I'm just saying it like has to be, for a comedian to pull like a heartfelt moment like that off. It takes like a lot of maturity. It takes like, I don't know, a lot of professionalism. So I felt. And I was so surprised how fresh the set was on Saturday night.
Well,
like,
it's a brand new set. It was literally I wrote it on the 29th of September.
I obviously see it quite a lot. So for me to go and be like, oh my God, this is all new to me. It was like, wow. You know what I mean? I was so proud of you, like, Saturday night.
It was a brilliant moment. I literally didn't sleep until 7 o'clock on Sunday night. So we obviously went out after it and then get home at about 2 o'clock. Didn't sleep. Couldn't sleep. Was still, the adrenaline was still in me until about, I'd say, 6:30 Sunday night. Started falling asleep in the chair. And then it just left. And I think that's something that people maybe don't know about. But I remember my first couple of gigs I'd done. I would be on stage, and when you come off and you're only doing 7-10 minutes, I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
For like 24 hours. I was like, I need to do that again. It's a mad feeling. I don't know how to describe it to people. I always say it was like drugs and stuff like that. Probably like a junkie needing this next hit. That's the way it was when I first started comedy. So the other night, it was like, it's not the biggest show I've ever played. It's not the biggest audience I've ever played. But for me, my own personal show, yes, it was. And I ticked all them boxes. So it was very special. Yeah. And I did get, I was emotional.
You got emotional at the end. No.
I did. It was, I think there's a lot to be said for being humble about people paying money to actually go and see you and taking time out to actually go and see you. So I think it was one of them moments where I had a lot of faith in the show, and Andre hadn't seen me for 5 years.
Yeah. We were
That was
talking
the
about that.
first she's seen me in 5 years, and she would be my biggest critic. She would tell me exactly where, and I think that's probably the first time she's never went to me, you need to do this, you need to do that. She just went to me, Jesus Christ, it was perfect. So, thank you, everybody. Amazing. And I get to do it again the 9th of December, just to win the same level as that.
No, and like where you started and why you started doing it and all, like it's just a brilliant story.
It's a journey and it's a story. It is, and I think it's a story for people. Never give up on things and do what makes you happy. You know, it's one of them things. It's my job now, and how brilliant's that my job's the thing that I love doing. You know, so it's, and I'm not saying that everybody, yes, just fucking give up everything and just go and chase, but there's a lot to be said for if there's something you want, go for it and keep going for it, because it can come true, and you need breaks, don't get me wrong. There's been times during the past, I started in 2011, so 2010, sorry. So 2010, so 12 years. That was 12 years of ups and downs and backwards and forwards. It wasn't all rosy in the garden. It was, you know, a lot of knockbacks, a lot of things not going right, stress in the family because I was chasing something and not getting paid for it. And then, you know, now it's my job and I'm able to look after people with it, and well, just appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know?
And like, and you show a lot of appreciation for everybody for getting you there as well. Like
without
you
people,
have
without
to stop
everybody,
thanking everybody.
without everybody, you wouldn't be where you are. You know, but people's chanting your name. I think at the very start, I always thought, and I've probably lost friends over this. So if they do see it, maybe it'll mean something to them or whatever. But I have lost friends over the years due to comedy because they either didn't come and see me or they said something wrong to me or something like that. Because at the very start, obviously who you turn to come and support you is your family and your friends.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, at the very start, everybody was coming, but everybody can't come all the time. Do you know what I mean? So, I sort of got a bit annoyed with some people, and there was mates who just they've probably never seen me.
Yeah.
You know? So, it's one of them ones where I'm just, if anybody is out or listens to it or fell out over the years because of this and stuff like that, I'm sorry, because you do look at people to support you who you know or who have been your friends, and sometimes you fall out with them over stupid things like that. But the one thing I have to say to people is, it's not about making your friends and family laugh. If they laugh with it, it's a great journey. It's about strangers.
Yeah.
It's about strangers feeling like they can be a part of seeing you, and that's what it's about. You know, and them having an interest in your life and trying to find out who you are, and you know, and they take an interest in you. And I it's hard for me to realise that that's happened for me now, because I would only see that through me taking interest in people over the years who I've looked up to and followed, and you want to know about them, and you want to, and people have that about me now, and it's mad. So somebody said to me the other day, "Can I get a photo?" I know you don't like it. I don't mind getting photographs. I just find it strange that people want photographs of me. That doesn't mean, not one bit. I try. Like, I walked out the front to get photographs of people because I wanted to show them appreciation that they came and see me. And there was a few people messaging me, the Waterfront, you couldn't bring everybody back, so that's why it was organised. Yes, you know, I'll just go out the front and meet a few people. So it says, look, I've agreed it with the Waterfront, I'll leave it 10 minutes and then go out the front. I just find it strange that people want photos with you, that's all. It's not that I hate it or anything, and I don't hate anything. And autographs is completely strange to me, because I'm just like, why would somebody want my autograph? So it's not that I hate people doing it or coming up to me, it's just that I find it strange.
And my mates now who've met you before, now I walked past them in the queue for the photos, and I was like, "What are you at?" But no, it was brilliant. But is there a point soon where you can calm down for a bit? Do you have a bit of time over Christmas?
I'm not as busy in December. I'm still busy, but I'm not as busy, if you know what I mean. November's just been a mad month, and really, really stretched the limit, like, on terms of performing and doing whatever. So I think December calms down a bit. January, there's only a couple of things in, but I think then full steam ahead from February on. Big plans: going to Canada, going to Australia, go around a lot of festivals and stuff like that. So
United Ireland.
Can't do it all. Can't do it all. If I can get it in between, I'll try and fit that in March.
Yeah.
So
Get a NordVPN membership.
NordVPN membership. I have one apparently, but Willie's not had to give me the code for it. That's why he's probably sick. He's probably up all night NordVPN himself. So he has.
No, brilliant. And so, where is it the night in the morning at
Bangor Courthouse. So that's on the Tools one.
That's the new place, isn't it?
It's a new place apparently. So it's the Open House Festival in Bangor. But I'm doing the first one because I've never played. Bangor has been left out. And then they approached me and they're like, "Will you do a night?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we put a night on and it sold out an hour.
Yeah.
So they put on a second night.
Place is class, like.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing that. I haven't played the venue, nor I haven't done. I'm gonna have to go home and find the notes for On the Tools one because I haven't done that show in ages. So I have to try and remember.
Take it out.
It was.
That's the one from Fela
Ulster Hall.
and Ulster Hall. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and then Whelan's
on Thursday. And I done On the Tool ones and feelings in August. So this is the second part. So people are getting to see the second show, which I've great faith in the second show. It's really, really good.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So do.
No, happy days. Well, it's been happening this week, and we've seen fuck all the news.
Well, the 8th billionth person in the world will be born right now. Like this morning, it says it would hit 8 billion people. So I don't know how to work because there's so many people die in a space of an hour.
Yeah.
So and they're saying so many people's born in a space of an hour, but they're saying that this morning here, for some reason, there's going to be more people born than there is people dying.
So
if there's a natural disaster happens, it's going to fuck it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 8 billion people in the world.
Where do you think the 8 billionth person in the world is going to be born?
Probably Craigavon. Craigavon Hospital. And the Protestants will be like, "See, they're breeding us out, the bastards." But yeah, no, it's mad that the world now has, from 1950, has 3 times the amount of people.
Yeah. There's more. I'm gonna butcher this. Like, never come on this show if you're looking like the
Facts.
truth or the facts.
That is the truth, but
yeah, but it's something like there's more people that live now than lived between the period of like 1900 and, far back as history goes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
But where does history go? Like, where does history go? There's so much thing
in terms
coming
of
out
humans.
now. Oh, but this is the whole thing. They have found now fucking human bones that predate anything they ever thought that humans was fucking here. It's just what we knew and what we didn't know, or as the technology get better? This is what I need to know. Is it because technologies get better now that so they're going, fuck, we might have fucked up with what we thought here? Also, they found fucking bones of a dinosaur, and the flesh and the matter in the bones was still alive, in a sense. Still alive. They weren't fossilized.
Yeah.
And that can't be possible because they were meant to have lived millions of years ago. So that means that dinosaurs lived longer than what they thought, which means that dinosaurs were still alive up until about 3,000 years ago, they're saying, which is fucking mental.
Yeah.
So, which is quite possible as well because crocodiles and lizards and DUP members all are fucking living proof that dinosaurs exist and still fucking came out.
But they'll not admit it.
Who?
The DUP.
They will if they get the protocol fucking scrapped. So you have Jeffrey Donaldson going, "We'll admit we're dinosaurs as long as the protocol gets fucked up in."
It's either dinosaurs or an Irish language act. It's not both.
Pick it. One of the
but
fucking.
no, science will be mad in the next couple of decades.
Because it's just going to get advanced and
advanced
technology.
Because if you think like a couple of decades ago, like even they had never detected a planet in another solar system. They had only, knew of stars and been able to like trace stars up until a couple of decades ago, and then they found the first exoplanet. And if you think now they're finding new ones every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the technology just keeps getting more advanced. And they're finding, not only that, but they're finding planets that are like exactly the same as Earth, the same makeup, the same amount of water.
And they don't even know if there's people on them.
Yeah. So, science will be nuts. What we'll find out in the next load of years.
Can make or break us. And that's the thing about phones now. There's so much, like you watch a TikTok and you go, fuck, everything I thought's fucking out the window. Because some fella in Guatemala's fucking telling you fucking that this isn't true. You just don't know.
You have no idea what's real and what's not now.
Yes.
With fake news.
Anybody
can say fucking anything. You're watching this podcast now and we're talking the biggest load of hoop.
No, well, we're not, because what we're talking about is the fact, we went from the news, but there's stuff coming out, and so there's a scientist that came and went, right, this is the crack, this is when they lived, this is what and you read it in the book, or you were taught it, because it wasn't fucking computers when I was at school, and they were like, dinosaurs lived fucking millions of years ago, and then they died off because a big fucking comet came and burnt the pallets out of them, right, and that's what they tell you, and then there's a scientist coming out going, that's not true, and he's showing you a video of him fucking actually going through the flesh and the marrow, and he's going, if this was fossilized for millions of years, it wouldn't be like this. And you're going, but at the same sense, he could be fucking wrong.
He'd be wrong,
and it could still be fucking alive after a minute. I don't know. So it's like, what the fuck? Like, there's no set in stone shit anymore. That's the thing that rattles my case. There's nothing set in stone apart from when the gigs are on, but there's nothing set in stone. It's like fucking everybody's going, well, this is wrong, and that's wrong, and that's right, and this is wrong. I'll tell you one thing that did happen. Fucking Putin never turned up that meeting.
What were you meant to have a meeting with?
No, the fucking cop fucking meeting. He didn't. He sent his fucking foreign minister. And they're like, you've no balls, you can't you? Well, they didn't say that in the news, but you know that's what they were thinking.
Yeah.
You fucking no balls. And he's like, I'm not fucking going there. These are a pack of wankers. Do you know what I mean? But he didn't turn up for the cop meeting. He just sent his fucking foreign minister. His foreign minister turned up in a pair of fucking shorts and flip-flops. Like, we don't give a bollocks.
What do you think's happening with all that? Is it getting worse? It's getting...
I just think that there's it's terrible that he went in and invaded Ukraine, right? But this is stuff that's, even reading into it, you're going, what the fuck? Like, the treatment of some people in certain areas of Ukraine by the fucking Ukrainians and what they were doing to them because of their language, their religion and stuff like that. So you're going, well, hold on a minute. That's not right. What he's doing's not right too. But it's just, sometimes I just think, is it even anything to do with all that? Is this just all narrative that's put in to fucking justify all sides doing what they're doing?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's getting to that stage now, isn't it, where everybody's starting to, like, look into the way Ukraine is and go like, hold on. So now people are turning on Ukraine.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is, you're right, there's been a narrative that Ukraine are the good guys and they're just we Ukraine and like, Russia's invading them. But like, I think your man Zelensky, his party, I think, is like a big far right
Nazi party, yeah.
So like,
but he's a Jew, which
yeah.
fucking blows my mind.
It's nuts. But that's what Putin said about him at the start. He had said about him being like, you know, he had called him a Nazi and all, and then everybody was laughing, going like, how's he a Nazi if he's a Jew? But his party is a far right party, and they're not good people. But at the same time, it's like, well, that freaking Russia have no right to be causing the havoc that they are.
There's always been a thing. Like, I was reading a thing about the Jewish people and why they were always persecuted and stuff like that. It's because the Jews were everywhere around the world. So the Jewish people see themselves as Jews first, and then
the country.
Yes, yeah. Instead of being a national. So you will be a Jew. So if he meets a Jew in America, he'd say, I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
And they go, but are you American? They go, aye, but I'm Jewish first and then I'm an American. And that's always been the case. So that's why they've always had people persecuting them, because they're like, fucking, who you know? So if they were in a country, say you were in fucking, I'll pick a random one, Iceland, which I don't even know if there is any Jews in Iceland, but say they were there and then they were like, fuck off, we're Iceland, we're the fucking Vikings, dickhead, you have to be. So they always had that. Not fucking justifying it, but that was part of the problem with Jews. And also, they were the first people to do money lending. And that was fucking frowned upon. So they would do money lending for interest. So countries didn't like that.
Aye, so they've always been the first ones to pick on.
Yeah. So it's like, fuck that. These cunts don't even see themselves as fellow countrymen. And then on top of that, they're fucking lending people money and charging big fucking interest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff that you maybe don't go into and you don't understand, and you're reading it and you're going, fucking hell. So, mad.
Did you see Dave Chappelle was on SNL there at the weekend?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like opening bit of stand up. He was talking about no Kanye West. Like he came out and like saying all that mad stuff about Jewish people. And he says, listen, he says, there's two words in the English language when they're said together. He says, and somebody says them, you don't really hear from them that much afterwards. And he says, and those two words are the and Jews.
It's right, but you know, but it's well, it depends who you want to talk about. Do you know what I mean? It depends who you want to talk about. Like, I laugh at watching Nigel Farage is having a fucking meltdown about migrants fucking crossing the channel on wee dinghies and coming into the fucking UK. And he's having a fucking complete meltdown because England are giving France millions upon millions upon millions to stop at. And the French are like, well, we can't stop everyone. You may give us more millions and we maybe can stop them all. And for the first time ever, there's fucking English police going to be allowed to fucking patrol France. Fuck. To stop them and getting over. And I'm like, this is coming to fruit. This is like, you've invaded everywhere. Fucking invaded everywhere. And now yous are fucking freaking out because people are invading yous. You know, and it's different now. People aren't invading the fucking attack. People are invading the fucking live off your system. So it has come to fucking fruit for the English, and the fucking Daphne are feeling it now. Daphne are feeling it. But anyway, so 8 billion people in the world. Vladimir Putin didn't turn up to the COP20 fucking 2. It's fucking like the blame game today.
Who's to blame?
Who's to blame? Which it was on last week.
How did the blame game go?
Blame game was fucking mental. It's always great. I enjoy it. Like, I really do. It's different from anything else to do, and it's a hard show to go on and try and get your say on. Yeah, if you know what I mean, because the guys are doing it week in, week out. So it's like them doing a podcast. So
it's like when somebody comes on here.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Users shooting at each other, and then they're sitting in the middle. Like
Murph and Delamere, or like that. Them two just, and you're trying to. But if you jump in, you're gonna break their flow. So you're conscious of not breaking their flow. But when they finish, like loads, I had the sheets and the notes in front of me, and loads of times I went to get in to say something, and they were talking about something completely different, and I went, well, if I go back now, it's past, because that was said, like their story that they were talking about. So there's loads that I didn't get in, but I still felt like I done all right. Yeah. And I'll tell you the maddest thing, I done Pamela Valentine's show.
UTV Live, were you on it?
On Friday night. So I recorded on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
See, out of the TV, I was on Thursday night. I was doing the Secrets of the Comedy Club, which went really, really well. Did you see it?
I haven't got seen any of it.
That really went well. Then done the Pamela Valentine show. Then done the blame game. The most comments and the most things was about Pamela Valentine, and every male I know sent me a message. Went, would you? I'd book a photo. Like, literally couldn't believe the amount of people, and I was like, seriously? Like,
did you answer them?
What do you mean?
Did you answer them?
I was just, some of them, I was just like, fuck's sake, are you serious? And they're like, fucking right, she looks great. What a woman. Like, I could show you some of them. I don't want to fucking, I'll put people in trouble or anything, like, but it was like non-stop. I would say.
They always have to get on their NordVPN. Send out messages.
Yeah.
But, no, that's good. And how long was the wee like chat with Pamela? Were you on the show long?
Probably on for about a half an hour,
Yeah.
but you probably only see about 10 minutes of it.
What were you doing? Were you plugging stuff or were you like
It wasn't
telling
ours.
me? No?
No.
Really?
Yeah, so I started plugging stuff and they were like, you can't go on and just talk about the show that you were on.
Right. Oh, so it was sort of promo for
And I was
the.
like, right, so I was
ATV
trying
thing.
to say about doing the Empire every 3 weeks, and they were like, no, we don't want you talking about the Empire, and we don't want you. So I was like, but that's where it is. It's the Secrets of the Comedy Club in the Empire. So
Yeah.
there was so much, and then my shows like
There's an awful lot of secrets apparently that you can't say about.
you know, so it's that much that they don't even want you talking about it on the fucking channel that they're promoting. But I don't know what happened there or why they didn't want to get commercial with it, but they wouldn't even let me plug. Like, they didn't talk about me doing Waterfront or fucking anything like that. None of that was fucking mentioned. So
It's TV a lot stricter. You know.
nice in fairness in the blame game. I think I've learned what to say because the last time I've done it 3 times. The first time I done it, I probably swore too much, and then I didn't get that much of my stuff out. And then the second time I done it was a lot better, and then that time there was completely fine. Like, there's still stuff that was cut, but
Did the Blame Game episode go out already?
Yeah, it was out. And they were recording a Thursday, and it goes out on a Friday night.
Um,
So I was actually doing a gig in the fucking Europa Hotel
as it was down.
as it was fucking on TV.
Mad.
Yeah, so it was on TV 3 times in 2 days, so people were fed up.
Yeah.
And probably the first time anybody from West Belfast been on TV on a fucking Thursday night and it wasn't cray much.
You had a more consistent streak on UTV than Jerry Adams in the 70s.
I'm telling you, and it wasn't an actor's voice. If they were getting a voice for me, who would I want it to be? I don't even know. I don't even know whose voice I would get.
Somebody from the road.
No, I think I would want a culty voice. I think it'd be funny.
That
it'd
would be better.
It'd be a lot funnier.
Get Paddy McGahey.
I probably make a hate to do my voiceover. Yes, I think like a culty trying to do Belfast isms is fucking strange. Because remember in the movie game, like if a culty was trying to do the fucking yo, it never came across.
Proper.
No, it didn't. It didn't. That's all stand on. Like they can't. It's they can't say it. They really can't say it,
God love them.
which is strange. What about you? Gigs this week?
Yeah, that's just started on our tour. Starting tonight. We're filming this on Tuesday. So start off the night in Derry. Then we're
London,
in
Delhi,
London, Delhi, New Delhi.
New Delhi,
We're in Bennigan's.
Bennigan's Bar.
Yeah, and great comedy club in there. Actually, and what is it called? Chicken Box. Thursday we're down in Limerick in Record Rooms.
I've never
And
been to Limerick.
have you not?
No.
In Arvine.
There you go.
Looking forward to it. We've got Whelan's on Friday.
She's staying in Limerick and then travelling over.
Staying in Limerick and then going to Dublin after. That's the fucking nightmare of trying to book a tour like that. You have to drive to Limerick first, come back to Dublin, then down to Cork afterwards on the Sunday. And we're playing Dublin on the Friday and we're not playing Cork the freaking Sunday, so we have a day in between.
That's what I say. Like when I book Scotland, I'm doing Aberdeen, Edinburgh, Glasgow, and then home. So I'm doing it right. It's returning back on myself.
We initially had, because we're going over to Scotland in February, and we had Edinburgh first, and then Glasgow, and then we were going home. But then,
Get another gig.
we had another gig in Leeds, so it wasn't going to work out that we could do Edinburgh on that date. So we had to move Edinburgh to the day after Glasgow. So now I have to
still you're
drive.
travelling up and then you can fly back from there. It's no big deal.
3.5 hours or something
What?
from Edinburgh to Cornryan.
Oh, you have to come the ferry.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So that's what I was going.
Different
like,
if you get. You know what you're better doing there? Paying one person to go back in the boat, and everybody else fly.
Aye, but we've got 2 cars
Aye.
of stuff.
Pay 2 people to just go
I
back in the boat.
suppose. Well, when I see thought of doing it, but then I think just the price of the car alone going on the boat.
You need to
It's
get yourselves a
better.
big van.
We do.
Couple of seats in it.
Big.
Just go big touring bus.
Know what I want? I'd love one of the 7-seater taxis. And
Mhm.
just, I think everything would fit in it in one of them.
Disco
That's
Beard
it.
used to have. They got like a Japanese import. They had this.
How much was she?
I don't know. But she was a lovely girl. No, it was a big bus thing. It was like a big 7 or 8 seater, and it all folded down. And I remember loading their thing when they played before. When I
Yeah.
was doing the door, and they had it all disco bearded and all. And
Yeah.
But it was this big fucking petrol bus thing. It was fucking.
How long are
great.
they going?
A long time. I worked with one of them in the studios. He was a sculptor on the Good for the Evil film.
Really?
Yeah.
So I used to do sound for them in Granny Annie's. They worked there for
Gareth, I think you call him.
about
Gareth,
6
yeah,
months.
I
It
think
was the worst place I've ever worked.
Granny Annie's.
Mm-hmm.
Cunts.
Oh, the worst. Like
Who owns that? Do you know?
some fella
Is he from here?
no, he's from Limavady. And he was a bastard. Like,
Mm.
no, and see when he came in, no, everybody acted all weird, and all.
Was he
And
strict? Like, was he? Or?
oh, yeah, paid you buttons and fucking
I like buttons.
buttons are alright.
So if you put them in your pocket and forget about them, they melt. Then they're stuck to the paper, and you have to lick the paper.
Like the white chocolate ones.
No, I don't like them. They're milky posh.
But no, Grand Alley's was awful. I would have to go in, say a band Disco Beard starting at 7 o'clock, and they would have me go in at 7:15, and the band would only turn up at 7 o'clock and say they have to be on in 10 minutes, and they've got drums, they've got a whole lot,
Yeah, unrealistic
setup.
fucking demands.
yeah, and then when you didn't have it all set up, but
Well,
as well, and it was 2016 or something. I know, and they had this. They tried to make it all high tech, so they had iPods and all, and so that was your mixer was running off an iPod, and that was only new, then, and but you had to have Wi-Fi to run it,
yeah.
but their Wi-Fi was friggin' NTL. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're moved 2 seconds away from it, disconnected, and friggin' you couldn't. And then they're shouting at you for friggin'
Disaster something.
that was wild.
I had some you have some mad gigs and stuff like that. Like I've turned up to places. The worst one I ever done was in Glasgow. They had just one of them speaker things you stand at, and I was like, you can't do stand up at that.
Oh, a podium.
A podium.
Oh, fuck.
It was a fucking disaster.
And you only get this much of a space where the mic actually picks you up on them.
Yeah.
So you're trying to tell a joke.
Stand
And
up
you're
like that there. What about this? Everybody is all good. They couldn't even see me behind the fucking thing.
you look like a fucking
I
Mid
could just-
Ulster
it just
DUP
looked
counsellor.
It went down like one of them. Too. And then I had a guy contact me this week, and he's like, "Here, I want to book you for a gig," and I was like, "Right, that's still on. Here's me. Look, all my bookings done through my agent and stuff like that. Just go with them. It's because if I book something here and blah blah blah, I don't know this guy, right? I think he's just started. I think he's done 2 gigs or something, and this is what happens. Somebody does gigs for 2 times, and then they think, "Oh fuck," and they tell I've had it happen a couple of times in the past couple of months. Where a comedian who I've done a gig with once. He's only on the scene, and he tried to book me for a gig, and he told the place that he could book me, and then came to me and was like, "Here, I'll give you £100 for doing headliner," and I'm like, "I'll tell you what, I didn't go and fucking stick it up your hole." I didn't. It's not for me. Just left it. But this other guy came in, sent me a message, and I was like, right, and he's up in Derry, and he's like, here, I'm on the fuck, and I says, just contact the fucking Dom who does my booking, phone me, and he went, he offered you 50 quid. And I was like, what? He's like, I think your diesel, So he sent me this big long message just saying, listen, I tried to deal with your agents there, and they just weren't for fucking working for it. So look, we'll just do the deal together. He says, now I know you have a fee there, right? But let's meet in the middle. Right?
So
I don't know. If somebody says to me, let's meet in the middle, it must be in the same way when they carved up Ireland and they were like, no, you can have half and half. And then, his middle was nowhere near the middle. I just went, listen, forget about it. Get the fucking gig established and then come back to me. I can't even go off that. It wouldn't even cover my diesel. And he's like, I can't get a headliner. And I'm like, yeah, I know why. You're offering 50 quid.
I know it's people underestimate entertainment and how much it costs, and it's not just being.
No, you're not paying it. Look, It's my living. That's what I said to him. This is my living now. Like, there's nothing else I'm living
Yeah.
off as this. But in the same sense, I have written material, crafted it, put 12 years of fucking work in to get where I am now. But my agent's sort of going, look, we could put a show on where you live or where you want to have the gig, and he could sell the room himself and take all the money. So why would he go and do that for you? You know, I think it's the same with weddings as well. Because people go, oh, but you're only doing half an hour. So they're going, I work in fucking the civil service for fucking £12 an hour. So you're doing a half an hour, so I'm going to give you £6. You know, and you're going, that's not the way it works. Your fucking weddings in County Cavan, you mad cunt.
Yeah.
I have to put a suit on. I have to get ready. Then I have to come to it. And then you want me to entertain
You have to be ultra
hundreds of people
Yeah.
at your wedding and make it fucking funny. It's not just like...
You're preparing that all week. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
it's not that's been crafted. Do you know what I mean? It's like you going to somebody and saying, I want you to make me a table. And you're going, right, well, if you want me to make that individual table for you, I have to go and source the material, then craft it, then make it. And then they go, what do you mean it's that price? I can get a table in fucking IKEA for 30 quid. And you go, why? But it's not the table that you want. You know, and that is the exact same way. So you have people like, I had a girl put her all over the internet. She contacted me on a Monday. She was getting married on a fucking Saturday. Like, I take wedding bookings a year before.
Yeah.
That's the crack with them. And
we've once in 2024.
I never take anything more than a year, mate.
No?
Never. Somebody came to me and says, I'm getting married in 2024. I go, look, come back in a year. And because a lot can happen.
I suppose.
So I just take them. And I don't want to take a deposit now for something that's in 2 years' time and then getting the fucking phone call in a year's time going, listen, me and hers broke up now, fucking, and then fighting with somebody over money.
Aye.
So there's lots of different things could happen. I mean, I could be fucking asked to do a massive gig and I've took a deposit for some fucking wedding and you're going, fuck, why did I do that?
Aye.
You know, so there's a lot of thing that people don't understand goes into it, and then you get shit. But these comedians that are fucking, I say comedians, they're only starting doing it, and they're like, I'm a comedian now, done a gig. You know, fucking get your act in order. Fucking, when you're sending messages and stuff like that, don't assume you can book somebody. Ask them first. We're very approachable. There's no, somebody comes and asks me advice, I'll give them all the advice. And there's loads of wee lads who've started it, and girls. And they would say, look, I've started doing comedy here, do you give me anything they ask me? I would fucking tell them, like, it's not a fucking hidden secret, or wouldn't want to stop them, and I would give them a bit of advice and where to go and what to do and stuff like that. But don't just assume that you can go and fucking book me for fucking 150 quid and then be annoyed whenever I go, nope. And then go around telling everybody, he wouldn't do that gig, like, I set that gig up, it was fucking right beside where he lived, didn't fucking 150 quid, like.
One's come up to us when we were playing Cali Sailors or Heart Bar or something.
And they play my house.
Go, come on round to mine after, come on. Or they start off and they say, play an hour couple, and the microphones are in the bag, the guitars are packed up, and you're like, the music's on in the bar, and I'm going, we're done, that's us finished. They're going, oh, go play an hour couple,
The
and you're like,
difference with that is that they're drunk.
I know.
And they've had a good night and they've been there. I understand that. People going,
But then they go, mom round to ours. And I go, where do you live? Mollusk. And you're like, right. I said, no, we're away home. That's us done for the night. They're like, go on, we'll do a wee whip round, get you like 40 quid or something. And you're like, I'm not taking 40 quid to drive up to Mollusk
a
and
taxi
sit.
driver wouldn't even take 40 quid to go to Mollusk from Cali Sailors, and all he's doing is dropping them off. It's at the very max 20.
And they go,
minutes.
here, and by the way, would you give us all a lift back up?
They're trying to get a taxi and the fucking sing song. Then you get up and play in somebody's house. Can you imagine, like, they live next door to some maniac and he comes in, fuck, what's going on? Fucking playing music and all.
Trying to leave. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. They're going, no,
we give you 40 quid, you're fucking playing for 2 hours. Madness. What time are you on there?
we're probably, I don't know, about
Check it
45
down,
minutes.
Check it and see. 46 minutes. Well, we've done alright there.
Did.
Wee William's not here, so as I say, plugging stuff. You have a couple of gigs in Limerick and stuff like that. See, it's a thing. We don't really hit down south much with the podcast, don't we? Not? Is it the what do you call it?
A wee bit the
algorithms or something?
The algorithms, the analytics. I don't know. I haven't looked at them loads recently. I think there is a good few in Dublin. Like, there's a load in London. I listened to it. But
which at the live podcast, there was ones came from London, but one was originally from Liverpool, one was from America, and one was from Paris, and they all came from London to listen to it. Thanks very much for coming.
That's unreal.
Hello. I was like, how long are they going to get William here to
but
fucking say hello?
I'm wondering what the person from Paris.
She spoke the best English I've ever heard in my life.
Serious? But what she
sounded like her parents weren't from France, but she was educated there. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Mm-hmm.
She didn't come up and go, "Oh, how are you? Yeah, I'm from Paris. I fucking listen to the Mudblood again." She didn't do it like that. She came up and she was like, "Hello, how are you?" Really, really like that international educated voice. And I was like, "Where are you from?" Like, you know, and she was like, "We came from London to see you." Like they flew in from London. So thank you. I forgot to do that maybe last week. I
just imagine like her being like, "Pierre, we must go to Belfast. Listen to stories about Joey from Beachmont."
Yes, the whole story about Connie Burns.
Oh,
he's a bad word now, for fuck's sake. He's fucking blocked on all fucking platforms. He's a
Is he?
fucking mooncat. He's went mad. He went rogue on everybody.
I had to block his number again yesterday.
Giving you more slobber?
More slobbering, and then starting to go like, why not replying to me? Now going, cause you're calling me a fucking dickhead, spaggy ginger bollocks and all. Yeah. Not gonna fucking answer your text, Connor.
I says tell him.
Somebody said
Tommy
to me,
McCarthy.
Tommy said to me, he's in the car.
He's no brother of yours. He says, he's my brother, Connor. You need to stop fucking slobbering at him. And he says, no, he's not your brother. He's just a big ginger spaggy person that you fucking know. That's your mate. And I went, that's my wee brother. He's no brother of yours. I'm gonna phone up. I'm away. I'm gonna phone up. Tommy and me were laughing like, but no, he slobbered at me. Like he said this whole message just. I was on UTV, The Secrets of the Comedy Club, and he was watching it in the house, and he was ringing my phone. I was in bed sleeping, and he was ringing my phone.
He's going, Paddy, look at the camera.
And he's going, will you answer me? I want to fucking give me a shout out. I want to talk to them two girls you're with and all. But I woke up, I swear, I'm not even joking, I woke up the next morning, and I was like, you're a rocket, Connor, that's not live. And he was like, you're telling me lies and all. Who says you could go on UTV? How dare you? Don't you ever go on UTV? And do that before you see the madness. Look, he was just slobbering. It's just.
I just saw that one.
Look,
pass my number on to him, mate.
Look, we see.
Like they're both married. Who were you on with?
We see. Stay away from UTV and PBC. Do you hear me? Why? I'm gonna smash you after Christmas. I mean it. I'm fuming with you. Do you know what I mean? It was just...
Jesus, Connor.
It really, really slobber. Like, and I went, listen. And I do. Like, I love wee Connor and all, and I'll fucking try and help him as much as I can. But fuck, I can't tolerate that, like. But,
who was he asking about? Who were you on with?
Jade, who runs the comedy club, plus Diona. And he was like... And I was like, they're married. He says, I know they're married, but just pass on the number. They might want to talk to me.
Fuck. So
and I was like... Mad, but that being on TV and him watching it and shouting, look, let's see, what are you doing on TV? Give me a shout out in front of all them people. Quick, that microphone off that fella.
Take that microphone off.
Right? What are you doing on TV? See, you there, mate? It's important. Are you going to give me a shout out in front of all them people and make sure you tell them people who I am, please, mate? This is recorded fucking months ago. I'm waiting for you to come on UTV, and I'm sitting in my bed waiting to listen to you. Paddy, phone me as soon as possible. Paddy, hurry up, please. And I'm waiting for you my shout out and look at your phone. Paddy, I'm getting annoyed here. You better give me a shout out. I know you are at the Empire Music Place, right? Phone me as soon as possible. I see you stand beside two girls. Paddy, are you serious? Thanks for not giving me a shout out in front of all them people. Get back on stage right now. This is all like half the. Get that microphone off Paddy Ralph now, please. Look. Away you on.
I'm surprised you didn't reply to that.
Look, away you on with that scumbag Paddy Ralph and them two girls, and thanks for not mentioning my name to all them people at the Empire. You are a joke. Look, delete my number, please, from your phone and don't phone me again. I mean it. And then, so that's at 25 to 1, right? 10 to 9 next morning. Morning, everyone out in Belfast and public. Hope you have a great time with your families from your mate, right? And I said, Connor, you're nuts. That show wasn't live. That was recorded months ago, right? And then he sent, so once I sent that, then he sent the whole message. And at the very end, he was apologising to people. And then, look, everyone, I love my friend Paddy McDonald. He's the best guy in the world. And everyone, I hate taking my moods out and use all the swear, right? So I was like, right, okay, mate, big hugs, right? I didn't know, mate. When are you doing the thing again? I says, in 2 weeks. He says, no problem, mate. Blah, blah, blah. You were dead funny. I says, okay, mate, right? And then, can you pass my number on to them ladies? He says, they're both married, mate. He says, I know they are, mate, but I want to be friends with them. Okay, I'll say to them. Send them my number now. What's all my plans? I says, sit in the house. And then I says, I'm on UTV at 7 and BBC. All recorded yesterday. It's not live. So they knew when he was watching it. Right, okay. And then it started. Why is UTV and BBC recording you anyway? They both shouldn't be doing that without my permission. And I said, you my agent now? He says, yes, I am, mate. Don't let any UTV or BBC record you. And they're both making a cunt out of you, buddy. Don't let them do that. And then it went on, down, fucking slamming. And then it was just fucking, I'm going to smash you, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to do all this. And I just went, right, okay, bump.
Very good, Connor.
So, on that note, up Connor Burns. But yeah, thank you everybody for listening in. This has been the Mudblood podcast without Mr. William Thompson, who's letting on to be sick.
Yeah, what's it called when it's just us two? Is there not Mudbloods? No.
Well, we are really.
We're all Mudbloods.
Everyone's Mudbloods. Everybody has a mixture in them.
Nigel Farage is Mudblood.
Nigel Farage is a wanker. But yeah, no, thank you everybody, and we'll see you all next week. I feel when you go.